Hi everybody. Okay, so okay, you gotta hold on to something for this one. Okay, so someone doesn't make it out of surgery today, and you have to imagine if you can imagine a split screen in your head. Okay, on one side it's Lee working on uh, Luna, and on the other side it's Finn working on Liam. Right? Okay, so first thing before I say anything else, I find it very interesting that the two people who don't like the other two people, they're operating on. Okay, because Finn and Liam have had this thing where you think they're fighting over the same woman, being Steffi, right? And we all know how Lee feels about Luna because although she's related to her, she wishes she wasn't because of her, well, checkered past and murderous ways. Um, okay, so, and by the way, they're both in legit surgery and they're losing blood like you wouldn't believe. Okay, they show all the whatever, I don't know what you like, sponges and the things, and they're all covered in blood. Okay, and I'm like, holy. Okay, so I'm thinking in my head, okay, who are they gonna save? Because if they save Liam, there's no point because he already has an inoperable brain tumor, which is ultimately gonna take him out, supposedly, right? But Luna is nice and young and checkered past, and she's hurt some people, but she's young, so she could make a new start, right? Well, yeah, but no. Okay. So then Steffi has been in the hospital in the viewing window watching everything going on, right? So Hope and she calls Hope and Carter, so they come right over to the hospital and they all go in the viewing room or whatever, and they're all like, oh my god, he has to make it. Meanwhile, the only support Luna has is from Sheila, which coincidentally or non coincidentally, she got injured, so she had to have surgery too. But her surgery was minor because apparently she broke some bones or something in her foot and she had some tissue damage. And and then also, kind of a fun note, if you've been keeping track of the Sheila thing. Okay, so Sheila reminds me of an animal in a way. Okay, give me a second. Because you know how they say a cat has 9 lives? I think Sheila has 9 lives. Okay. Because that woman should have unalived several times and somehow she made it. Okay. So going along with the 9 theme here. Okay. Somehow something happened where she lost a toe. And everybody made a joke about 9 toes, you know, all the time after that, right? So now they had they had to give up another toe. So now she has 8. It's just funny. I mean, it's kind of like you know. Okay. So, like I said, okay, going along with it. Luna's only support is Sheila, and Sheila's in recovery, right? Okay. So I'm sitting here and it's getting to the end of the episode, maybe 10 minutes to go. And I'm like, well, this doesn't make sense. They said somebody is not going to make it. Who's not going to make it? And then I got my answer real quick because Luna, okay. You have to follow this here. Pay attention. Luna made it through the surgery, but however, she died unalived in recovery. Okay, I know you may be losing it right now, but this is how it happened. Because Dr. Forrester and Dr. Lee were working on it, right? They were all done. And so they were talking about, well, she's going to make it, she's going to whatever, unless there's post-op complications, right? So I'm like, oh no. Okay, so then, but I'm like, don't get ahead of myself. And then Dr. Forrester offers to do the post-op, right? Okay. So then Lee says, no, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Okay. I'll bet you anything that Lee knew what Luna's future was going to be, probably in prison again. So she took matters into her own hands, literally, and did something to Luna to cause the unaliving. Now, the fun part about that is not fun, but it's going to be, am I right? And are they going to show like memory flashbacks to say what I just said to prove it? But holy man. Oh, and then, so this is how everybody was told, or, well, not everybody, but it started with Poppy, because Poppy showed up at the hospital saying, I'm here for Luna Nozawa. And then Lee comes out and tells her that, she has some damage, but we made our best efforts, and she didn't make it. And I'm like, holy, she didn't make it. Then my brain went back to just what I said, right? Okay, here's the most chilling moment of the whole thing. So Steffi and Finn are there, right? Hope and Carter are there. And Poppy is her own mother. And she says, good, I'm glad she didn't make it. Wow. I had no words. The only word that came out of my mouth was like, wow. And like a wow. And like, what? I was flabbergasted and speechless for 2 minutes. Oh my God. Okay. I understand not everybody's relationship, as far as a family thing, is the same. Okay? But for you to be told your child is unalive and you say good, that's on another level. Man. Man. Okay. So, once I got over the shock, which I'm still in shock, but once I got over the initial, I'm like, okay, well, they made this decision there. Problem is say Lisa Yamato wants to come back. What are they going to do then? They literally, okay. Well, I'm already thinking about ways they could do it in my head. Because I know what I just said, but unless they have proof of how it happened, then they could say, well, she was never actually unalived. They could do that. But, oh my God. Okay, so, I'm sorry for shocking people today, but but that's what happened. Whew. Okay. Bye, everybody.